This first chance of this game is going to start through the left hand side with Sergio Busquets. Something very surprising. I swear he's acting as a number 10 in some situations in this career mode, but as you can see right there, the shot from Griezmann wasn't enough. This second chance is going to go with Neymar Jr. back again into Arthur, finding Antoine Griezmann, and he's going to be dropping it back to Sergio Busquets, which once again is going to put a very good pass, but this time around not with enough precision to lead it to Antoine Griezmann. This time around, I decided to try through the right hand side with Lionel Messi. We find Frankie de Jong and we go back into Busquets, and I try to do the very same technique with Neymar, but the players from Levante just keep blocking my shots. I do not appreciate that, Levante. Honestly, I do not at all. We go into Arthur, back into Neymar Jr., linking it up to Jordi Alba, and I tried to find someone in the middle. There's gonna be Griezmann, and I tried again with the right foot. Antoine Griezmann is not as accurate as I would want him to be. Arthur through the middle, passing it all the way to Lionel Messi, who notices the run from Nelson Semedo, and Nelson Semedo is going to be the one who finds Griezmann, but this time around with the left foot goes clang into the post, and it's going to be an offside from Neymar, and we are not going to be able to continue that play. Here goes a very bad pass from Nelson Semedo, really just exposing our entirety of the defense, who actually found, well, complications to actually put it outside. It's gonna be a corner this time around for Levante, and this is gonna be Enis Bardi, the Macedonian, who's gonna be on the corner kick and is gonna find absolutely nobody. However, Levante is gonna have a chance here through Simon, but it's not gonna be strong enough. Minute 28 and Levante get another counter attack. At this stage of the game, I knew that our transition, something in our midfield or even our center backs was not going too well. We needed to keep a good solid shape because, as you can see, there was an easy pass onto Roger through onto Ter Stegen, but thankfully our goalkeeper managed to get it. But wait, Gerard Piqué actually hands them another opportunity through Enis Bardi, and actually kind of lame, to be honest. Barcelona were not playing at the level that they should be, so that's why I decided to implement some new tactics in this time around. I decided to go with, first of all, a drop back. I thought that by keeping a good unit, we'll be able to just withstand the attacks from Levante, but I was like, wait, what? We're actually gonna be defensive against a team like Levante, which in paper we should beat. So I decided to go with a more balanced approach. Go with a team that can be not as huge up flares like before, like Barcelona, you know, just all out attack. Let's just be a little more balanced in the way that we do our things, not necessarily parking the bus, but balance. That was the key from now on. And I'll tell you what, instantly it worked, because we had a very good counter-attack this time around. With Busquets, I was well distributing the ball into Lionel Messi, and I wanted to shoot it with Frankie de Jong to get the Dutchman just his very first goal, but it was not going to be. This time around we got a corner. It's going to be Frankie de Jong on it again, finding the head of Antoine Griezmann, but Levante just too tight, too tight, to be honest. We keep committing very bad mistakes, and that's something which I hopefully want to improve. See it in my gameplay. I tell you guys, I'm actually very trash, and I do see that. With Neymar this time around, I actually just wanted to shoot the ball. I just wanted to shoot, but I don't know. Sometimes FIFA, this game just sucks. It really does. I could see so many things that should get improving all the way from like FIFA 15, and they're still in here. Look at that. Shots, they take ages to actually come true. And for the very first half, our last chance, Antoine Griezmann from the corner kick, still wasn't good enough. We went into the second half still being 0-0 against Levante. Okay, I give you that it was at their own stadium, but still, like, we should have done better than that. In this pressure from Neymar, however, I tried to finally score, but no, we couldn't catch a break. We honestly couldn't. Look at that save right there from the Levante goalkeeper. It was just incredible. I was actually thinking the entirety of the world was against me. I think you were conspiring, you were plotting how to ruin this YouTube channel, because at this stage, I don't know why we couldn't score, even with that one. Open net, Arthur is right-footed. He could have easily put that into the back of the net, but it wasn't happening. It really wasn't happening for me today. What I decided to do is, well, go with what you guys said on the comments. Go with a 4-2-3-1. Just go for it. Just go for it. I introduced Ousmane Dembele, and I gotta tell you guys that this is probably the formation that we're gonna be sticking to, because the way that this team plays, and perhaps it might be a little bit too over the top or whatever, but the results are coming. As you can see there, we exactly what 3 minutes since we make the change, and that's it. We actually got our very first goal with Neymar of this La Liga season. Why? Because we're able to have someone like Messi in that midfield to be able to make all of the cool passes, and you're gonna be seeing later that he has the most assists and will continue to be that for episodes to come. Spoiler alert, he will. Oh yes, I remember this play. Look at that, Neymar, getting past one, getting past two, trying to find a space to shoot. I actually decided to pass it on to Griezmann because he was way open, and we get our second goal. Neymar from the left hand side is so unique in doing that stuff, and now that actually in game Ousmane Dembele doesn't have any more 5-star skill moves, he's probably one of the only guys in our team that can't do that. Well, yeah, Dembele will do it at some stage. You're gonna be seeing it in other episodes, perhaps in other games, but this man is just something that Barcelona in real life is lacking. It's really lacking that sort of dynamic fast dribbler, because we don't have that. It's only Messi, and Messi doesn't even like to do so many tricks and stuff to get past. He doesn't really like to do that, so Neymar was probably one of the biggest assets, I guess, that we lost in attack. And with that, guys, it's gonna be the end of the very first game of La Liga. And like I was saying, I think we've already found the formation that I want to play with, and that's that 4-2-3-1, a formation that could see Barcelona, I believe, in this career mode really take advantage of what would be small teams. We know how dreadful can it be actually in career mode to get past those really park in the bus scenarios, but with this team, I think it could be very good. And like you are seeing right now on screen, Liverpool didn't want to take Arturo Vidal, well, we rejected that, and then now they're going for Sergio Busquets. And there, Chelsea also wants to go to take away our wonder star in Ousmane Dembele, and I was having none of that. So I go right away into the contracts and try to renew Dembele from the get-go, because as I saw that 4-2-3-1 working, I already knew that Dembele was going to be a starter. He's probably the best winger that we have in this game apart from Neymar, well, and Suarez, I believe, is not good enough to continue starting, while Griezmann has been providing with very good association, something that Suarez is lacking at this stage. So as you can see right there, I offer him what he wants, because Dembele is knowing that he's making the jump to become a starter at Barcelona, and it took only 3 episodes for me to realize that, because right now we're no longer 4-3-3, we're playing a 4-2-3-1 with Messi in the middle, which in reality is sort of a 4-3-3 and however like we play, but there's always going to be that extra man in midfield. So the game against Levante, it worked, but I wanted to continue testing out against bigger opposition, because if we can get this formation working against better teams, then it's going to be absolutely fine. And as well, we could also add to that Malcolm shouldn't let go then, because if we're going to be playing with 4 attackers, we're going to be needing 1 extra attacker. That just makes perfect sense. So Malcolm is going to be that guy for me. He can play in both wings, he can do an amazing job, and if Dembele and both Neymar are going to be on the field at the very same time, well, then we need another winger. We need that someone else that can help us if any of those 2 get injured, or perhaps they are running out of stamina in the last retire minutes of a game. So for now, Malcolm goes from being completely not in my plans to actually being very crucial and important for the longevity of this Barcelona squad. The next game is going to be against Deportivo, and as you just saw, we won 5-0. And it's surprising how the computer just simulates that and think that the computer is way better than I am, and to that stage I gotta agree. We continue also training the players of Semedo and Aleñá. These are 2 players that I really want to make the jump. Semedo is already the starter for us now, but I want him to link up more and have better passing, so that's what I'm gonna be doing with him. And with Carlos Aleñá, is a little bit more about trying to get him to just really be able to compete with the likes of better midfielders around the world. Ricky Puig, right now, as you saw there, we got an offer from Atalanta, and I'm rejecting it, even though in real life I believe him going to another club would be good, because I want him to play every single minute, and I already think he's at that level. In game, of course, that's gonna be a little bit different, but since we're doing this very realistic, he's not gonna be going out on loan, and we're gonna be kicking him. However, a player like that, Chumi, is going to be someone that we want to sell. Those little players like Chumi, like Ortola, they do not serve a purpose here, because we're not thinking that far into it, and plus I do not think they have the potential to reach those sort of levels that we need. And Chumi seems to be kind of like the popular kid of Europe, because everybody and his mother want to sign him from us. So it's gonna be tough, I tell you, because he has big wages according to smaller clubs. This next following game is going to be against Real Sociedad, and as you saw right there, we are equal on points with Valencia and Real Madrid. So going to La Noeta and getting the 3 points is gotta be a very good step for us to actually create a little bit of a divide. I don't know whether Valencia or Real Madrid are playing other harder opposition, but that doesn't really matter. We gotta continue with what we know, and what we know thus far is that the 4-2-3-1 formation is what we need to go with. So I'm gonna be sticking with it. I'm gonna be playing the same formation in Real Sociedad, and let's see if we can get the 3 points and go very well into a good stride, and finally perhaps actually the wins, all wins in one episode. That's a very good step in my book. Anoeta, nothing like the curse from Anoeta. Finally, last year was the time we were able to beat them away from home, and that's exactly what I hope on doing in this day's game, because as we know, it's very hard for Barcelona coming here, and I just wanted to get the win. There we see a foul right away from Hernandez, and I thought, wait, what? Teo Hernandez is still Real Sociedad, but no, that's actually Cucho Hernandez from Colombia. Good striker, playing from Huesca in last season. He did very, very well. But well, we won't really care about Cucho Hernandez here, do we? Griezmann is gonna be finding Lionel Messi with an actually very, very good pass, and Messi laid it off. I tried to actually think of passing it to Neymar there, but there wasn't too much space for it. In this next corner kick, we're gonna be finding Griezmann. Nope, it's gonna be bouncing onto Ousmane Dembélé, Umtiti, and to Neymar, and we're gonna be curling it past every single defender inside the box. And that is already 4 minutes in. The second goal from Neymar in this career mode, and that's exactly what I want to see, having a huge impact and actually telling us that buying him may be good enough, you know, because we thought that bringing back Neymar, it was going to create so many troubles, but him scoring from the get-go, him showing that he's up to the level, that's good. It's very, very good, and I like to see that. He's actually not as much of a bad buy as I thought. I didn't think he was going to have this impact. Messi this time around with another curler onto Neymar, and surely that has to be 2. And it's 2. It's 2. Only 7 minutes from that first goal, we get the second one through Neymar with an amazing pass of Lionel Messi. And that connection, I'm telling you guys, that connection that Messi can create with the strikers is something that I want to see in real life. After those 2 goals, I gotta tell you, I felt absolutely confident. We had Jordi Alba into Neymar, then Griezmann back onto Messi, and this had to be 3. Yes, it's 3, with Messi already being involved directly in all of the goals. Lionel Messi, number 10. Lionel Messi, the god. And yeah, really, playing Messi as a number 10 is working so much better because his pace is not good enough to play as a right wing at this stage, and his acceleration, his passing, his vision, everything works perfectly. And I think you guys were right. The 4-2-3-1 may not be as bad as it seems. Why not even try it in real life? I might want to see how this actually works, because if we got so many attackers and we actually do bring back Neymar, that might be the case to it. And that shot from Dembélé there was just insane, really. I don't understand. I have actually shot with Dembélé twice in this episode already with his left foot, and none of them were even close to the target. Like, are you telling me that FIFA don't even know what his right weak foot is? Come on. Then we see actually a good clearance from Samuel Umtiti, finding Jordi Alba, Neymar, back into Sergio Busquets, Messi, Frankie de Jong. We have Griezmann, we got Messi, de Jong, the nice passing in the middle. Frankie de Jong keeps battling for it. Real Sociedad is going to win it, however, back, but there's going to be more pressure from our players trying to get it closer and closer and closer. But then we see Andan Januzaj fighting off against Jordi Alba, and Jordi Alba wins with ease. Samuel Umtiti starts passing it from the back. That is something that I also want to improve a lot. I want my passing from the back to be smooth on, because we create so many mistakes. Some situations my brain just turns off. As you see right there, we actually almost concede. And yeah, I got a little bit too desperate. I got a little bit too panicked. And Samuel Umtiti is sent off. Red card in the 44th minute, just about to finish the very first half. We shouldn't have even gotten close to that, but it's gonna be a red card now, and I gotta start thinking about how we're gonna deal with it. Not actually a bad shot there from, I don't know, whoever that was, number 25, but this stage, like I said, I had to start thinking about what were we going to do with about that red card. The red card on Samuel Umtiti was unfortunate, but we still got a good cushion of free goals. So what I decided to do is actually go for a 4-2-3-1, a 4-2-3-1 that would allow me to retain the ball and keep a good defensive shape. We would have actually a man midfield of 5. That's very good in any team, but there was not going to be a striker. I was going to let go of the striker. Why? Because we got 3 players up top that can do very good things individually. However, if we were going to do that, I'm going to be needing players like Griezmann that had a little bit more in them, a little bit more energy, had a little bit more stamina. So my bold decision was to take Lionel Messi out. The player that gave us so much in this very first half, he was not going to be playing the rest of the 45 minutes because I wanted to introduce Lenglet as the other center back, and then I wanted to keep Griezmann through the middle because our attack, even with Dembélé, Griezmann and Neymar, it was going to have power. It was going to have the legs that we needed to. And I don't know whether Messi could keep up that for another 45. But you know what's the problem, guys? The problem is when you make a decision and you think very confident about it, but then 2 minutes afterwards, you start already regretting yourself. Because as you can see right there was a goal from Mikel Oyarzabal that I do not know how it happens. He gets completely past RPK in that one, and he manages to slot it back into the net. And this was very early as well into the second half, and I was just thinking, really, is this going to happen? I always do that. I always think that I'm gonna get a shame in some way, shape or another, but it's true, guys. I'll tell you, you make your own YouTube channel, you get your own stuff, record your own videos, and you will see how the world just conspires against you. It really, really does. But thankfully there, gracefully, we get that goal, that FIFA goal that everybody hates to being scored against. But really, I don't think the AI, the computer, is going to care too much. And it's going to be a goal from Antoine Griezmann. And this is going to be the start of Griezmann actually feeling the boots of a Suarez that is very, very clinical. I'm quite surprised, honestly, how good Griezmann is at this stage, finishing chances after chances. He's just very, very good in that way. And I'm really happy for that. Then I decided to actually make some substitutions, gave some minutes to Sergio Roberto and more importantly Junior Firpo to get his debut for Barcelona at the hands of a Real Sociedad where really there's not too much mercy for it. And why also? Because there was a corner here. And I think that Junior Firpo at 6 foot is way better in the air than Jordi Alba can ever be. So he was going to help us on that as well. And that is something that Barcelona should also be thinking about. Because Barcelona in real life, we don't have too many players that can change the style that we're going to be playing. Sometimes it's too kind of factible, that's a word in Spanish, that's not in English. It's too easy to see what Barcelona is going to try out, and you don't normally start to think about, you know, oh my god, Barcelona got, for instance, Fernando Llorente, or they got someone like Maxi Gomez, someone which is just a target man and can really hold the ball up very, very nicely. We do not have that, and not even in defense. You know, we have the typical go all balls to the wall kind of fullbacks and not actually someone a little bit more conservative. So those may be 2 areas that we might be thinking of. I think that Valverde going with Arturo Vidal and Paulinho might have been the right choice for instances like that, and I'm actually surprised how great of an impact they did. I'll still remember making a video saying that Paulinho was shit. I did that video, and then like 2 weeks afterwards I had to completely apologize after the goal he scored against Getafe. It was just like that. Sometimes you just gotta raise your hand up and be like, you know what, I'm stupid, guys, but they made the right choice. They know football more than I do. There's a reason why he's there sitting on the bench, and that's a reason why I'm here playing freaking Barcelona Rebuild on PlayStation 4 FIFA 19. It's simple. Levels, you know, the scale of it is just so crazy sometimes. It really, really can be. So from what you have already been seeing right now, we are actually getting past the last few hours of the transfer window. I think that with actually keeping Malcolm, this is our transfer complete. Our transfer window, it's done. I think this is what actually Barcelona could do in real life. Of course, we still gotta sell people like Marc Cardona, sell people like Chumi, but those things can happen on the background because they won't affect our rebuild in any way, shape, or form. I don't think they're gonna be getting any games in the Copa del Rey. We got people like Todibo that deserve that a lot more, so we don't really have to worry too much about it. About actually talking how to improve our first 11, there are not too many ways to do so. There are not too many players that we can bring from the bench in a way that many players we could buy to be on the bench, because we already have a good decent bench. I already said bench like 3 times in a sentence, but that's it, guys. I think this season for Barcelona, and even now, right now at the moment that I'm recording this video, we haven't signed Junior Firpo yet. And even with that signing, I think we're fine. If we get Firpo, we're fine, and we really don't need Neymar at all. Neymar would be just like the cherry on the top, and we do not need that. So for the time being, this is gonna be what we're gonna be staying with. Actually, a good, decent squad that is gonna be overall very, very competitive. And well, the last thing that I wanted to do, as you can see, and well, before we actually simulate the last game of this season, and I know of this season, and now actually before we actually simulate the last game of this episode, I wanted to show you that the reason why we only had 2 games in this one is because of the way that we're going to be recording the episode for the latest episodes. I already told you that we're going to be doing 1 month, so we had to round it up. I think that if we just did these 2 games, it would be a little bit small, so I wanted to incorporate Tenerife here, but from now on, it's going to be all the games from a month. As you can see there, we already got our group from the Champions League. That's the other reason why we're staying behind. We got Dortmund, we got PSV, and we got CSK Moscow, and those are very good teams for us to actually win the group by. And I want to aim to win the group because this is accessible to a stage. So if we do not get the win here and top the group, it's going to look as a defeat. It's going to look as a loss for Barcelona. Because even if we can reach the final by being second, I don't know, there's something about it that tells you that you just like got through the window that doesn't look really good. So yeah, I want to get the top of the group in this one. Hopefully I'm going to be going all in every single Champions League game. This isn't crazy. And now with the graphics and everything in FIFA 19, it looks even better. It really, really looks better. So we're going to be simulating finally this game against Tenerife, a game we should honestly win very, very easily. So I'm just going to wait 3, 2, 1, and now I'm going to skip it, and ba-ba-ba-bum. We get a 4-1 victory. De Jong, Dembele, and 2 from Neymar Jr. So with that, I think Neymar already has 4 goals, which is it's quite good. It's quite good. And while this animation of the Champions League is playing, I think I'm gonna be telling you guys to see you on the next one. There was a little bit of a different video for me to do. I do not normally do post recordings like this one, commentaries, but sometimes you just gotta do it, you know, guys. I was not gonna play like 5 hours of FIFA again. Like, who do you think I am? I got a life, okay? So yeah, maybe you can, but I don't. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one again, ×2. Bye.